I've been empowered to repower those who see power, those who feel power.
Hi guys, author Shanell Williams Cureton here, and man, I just had to come back to you guys and make another video. Oh my God, I was literally talking to a friend of mine who I met through the I Am My Own Rescue Challenge with Lisa Nichols, and her name is Sarah Meredith, and a very great, interesting topic came up, and I thought of the idea of, well, it's not something that's new. We've all thought of it before, but the reality is, and this is the status that I actually just wrote, it says, the only person that you have to save yourself from is you. Listen, it doesn't matter what people say about you. It doesn't matter what people do. The only person we have to save ourselves from is ourselves, because we are our worst critics. We torture ourselves the most. We allow negative thoughts to really take over our mind and consume us, when in reality, it's not the outside world, it's you. At the end of the day, we all know that no one can control what you do but you. I mean, unless it's, a forced situation where, we're not even going to go through all that. But the point is, no one can control your actions but you. About a few years ago, when I first jumped into the network marketing industry, which is MLM, some people know it as MLM, multi-level marketing. When I jumped into that industry, I was always told by a lot of people, you are going to be a rock star, or they would say, you are a rock star. And I was like, I'm just me, like I'm just Shanell. Like, I didn't think that there was something truly special about me. Like, I'm not gonna say that, I didn't believe in myself, but yeah, I guess you can kind of say that at that time I didn't believe in myself, and I didn't believe in the qualities and the capabilities that I really possess. Like, I'm a powerful person. I am a powerful individual. I am a powerful being, and back then I didn't realize that about myself. I literally, when they would say stuff like that, I used to brush it off. Like, I was the type of person that could not take a compliment even if it killed me. Like, if someone was like, oh my God, you're awesome, you did a great job, you're this, you're that, and I'm like, me? And it's not to seem, braggadocious or anything, but it's more so just to let you guys know that, you are what you believe you are. So for me, it was like, I didn't believe that I was a rock star. I didn't believe that, I was smart. I didn't believe that I was, this outgoing individual, but I thought I was all right. I mean, I didn't think that, I thought I was average. And see, that was the thing. When you believe that you're average, you fall into the category of being just an average person. But me, on the other hand, I didn't feel that there was something special about me or anything like that. There were events that had to happen to me to get me to understand and to realize the power that I really have. The past couple of years have been extremely, extremely complicated for me. And I believe that I was in the process of becoming the person that I am today. And I didn't know half. When I say I didn't know half the things I know right now. And those are the same things that I am continuously putting out there. I'm kind of, giving tidbits and telling people, like, you gotta understand the power that you have. Like, you are extremely powerful. But, as it relates to you being your own enemy and you having to save yourself from yourself, our mind plays big tricks on us. I'm talking big tricks. And a lot of the times, the reason why our minds play those tricks on us is because we're afraid. Fear, it causes us to think irrational. It causes us to, think that we're not worthy of what is promised to us. Makes sense? Fear makes us feel like we're not worthy of what is promised to us. You are promised abundance. You are promised to live in abundance. You are promised to be abundance. Like everything in your life, every area in your life is supposed to be rich. You know what I mean? And that's not even talking just financial. A lot of people look at it as a financial thing. No, it's not just financial. It's up in here. It's deep inside. That means happiness. That's true internal happiness. When you can finally become internally happy, everything on the outside will start to light up. But the problem is, like I was saying, is your mindset. A lot of the times you're doubting yourself, and a lot of the times we doubt ourselves because of fear. Fear has the uncanny ability to cause us to doubt ourselves. It causes us to fail at some things. Me personally, I always say, well, I just started saying probably like I want to say a few months ago, I adopted the I adopted the belief that fear and failure doesn't exist. And it's just like a scary movie, right? You know how when we were kids, I don't know if any of you are familiar with Chucky. A lot of us are. Chucky was like, I was so scared of Chucky when I was a kid. I mean, it's crazy. My kids love it now, but I was so afraid of Chucky when I was a kid to a point where I really believed that the Chucky doll was going to really come and get me. And because I feared that and I really believed that, and it was everything in me that made me feel that it was real, it's like, you can start hearing them like, okay, did he just run? Like, whoo, what was that just went under the bed? And it probably was nothing. It probably was nothing, but you start to get paranoid just to know that the possibility of it actually being real. And it was so weird because when I was a kid, my mom had a Chucky doll. That was the worst. She had a Chucky doll. Every time I would walk in the living room, it would be sitting one way, and I would always turn it backwards so it wouldn't be looking, towards me where it could see me walking. And then all of a sudden, I go back, I leave out of the living room, and I come back in the living room, and it's turned back the correct way. Never knew why. I think that somebody probably, turned it around. But, neither here nor there. Won't get into it. But the point is, the fear that I felt, it made it feel like that doll was really real. And I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I was a kid. But the reality is fear causes us to not move forward with a lot of things. And failure is something that people also contribute to the cause of people not moving forward. When it comes down to failure, the reason why I believe failure does not exist, because in any situation where you feel like you failed, if there was a lesson to be learned out of that situation, which honestly, any situation, trust me, there's a lesson in that situation. Sometimes the lesson might not be for you, it might be for the other person in the situation, but there's usually always a lesson in every situation. So how can it be a failure? Like, the whole purpose of going through the situation was to learn the lesson. So why would it be called a failure again? I'm just confused. Maybe it's just me, I got my own little weird way of thinking of things, but I just don't feel that if it's a lesson and a situation that didn't go according to plan, and it didn't, it was a problem, how could it be failure? Like, if I went to school and I took a test, and the day before or the week before, let's say the test was, I knew about this test a week ago, but no time within that week did I ever sit and say, I'm going to study. So the day of the test comes, I failed the test. But does that mean I'm a failure? No. It taught me a lesson. The valuable lesson is the next time you get a test, you need to study. I mean, come on. Let's be real honest here. Like, failure doesn't exist. That is a learned concept from childhood. Like, we learn about failure. People make you feel like a failure. So what is failure? Like, come on. So, but anyway, the point is, you are your own issue. You're your own enemy. And the only way you can overcome being your own enemy is to literally silence those negative thoughts. Channel your positive thoughts. Anytime you start to think negative, contradict it with a positive. You know, change it out for a positive. You know, if I'm thinking in my head like, oh my God, I don't think I can do this. Well, that's when you say, pause. Let me kick you out. Let's put something positive in there. Here we go. Oh man, I got this. I got this. This is me. This is my time. I'm shining. So, I mean, just change it up. You know, don't be negative. Stop being your own enemy and be your biggest cheerleader because you are your own rescue. Just like I am my own rescue. You guys have a super fantastic night. I'm about to go to bed. I don't know about y'all because I got to get up early in the morning. But I hope and I pray that you guys have a super fantastic night. Bye.